Oh, okay. You're good. You're good.
Hey, everybody. Welcome, everybody. Welcome, everybody. Charlie Mack, you're going to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance, please, sir. Everybody, please stand and salute the flag, please.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the
United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Two. Morning, everybody.
Hey, you want him to hear you.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Rich Cheatham. I'm the Groton-based Holland Club Chair. Welcome to our monthly Holland Club Luncheon. I'm going to change this thing up just a little bit. We've got a lot of guests in the house today. And a lot of them I don't think are qualified in submarines. So I think what we're going to start with, first let me say welcome to all of our spouses, significant others, and all these other guests. Now, how the hell am I going to do this? I think what I'm going to do, let's everybody pause for the late, great Fran Council. Hi, Fran,
Great.
welcome.
Tardy is a better word.
I know, I love you. Get over and sit down.
She's still alive, so she's tardy.
Yeah.
She's not late.
But she's still late.
Yeah, no.
I know. Not for long. I think what we're going to do is anybody who is here
Oh
for
my
their
God.
first time, whether you are qualified or not, will you please stand, and we're going to have you all introduce yourselves. And eventually we are going to do sound off, and if the spouses and other folks that have been here a lot will chime in at that point. So if you are a first timer here today, will you please stand? I see a bunch of ladies back in the corner there. Okay, that was a good try. Let's see. Hey, you know what? Let's just start over here. Young man, what's your name? Phil Lucky. Hi, Phil. Nice to see you here today. Don't go away. You're not going to go anywhere. What's your name?
Rick Dixon.
That's Phil.
2005. Wow. I was still a baby. Welcome. Go and sit down. Sit down. You're talk about it. All right. You can sit down. All right. I'm trying to see who are you? Talk to me. Again?
Dave Confer.
Hey. Oh, Dave. You just got to talk. Sit down. I know who you are. Who are you?
Greg Cowan.
Great job. Just honored to be here. All right, you sit down. Ladies, get up. I don't get up. You stand.
No, he's not standing.
Oh, you was or something. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, we'll start with the young man there that's surrounded by all that. What's your name?
I'm Greg Rose. I'm an electric boat.
Electric Bow. Good job. Sit down. What's your name, young lady? Cindy?
Yep, Davey, electric boat.
Electric Bow.
Yep. Susan Adams, electric boat. Lynn Hindy, electric boat.
Got a lot of folks from Electric Bow. Oh, yeah, today. Oh, yeah. All right. Not how we normally do this, guys. So. So today, we were going to do a big presentation, a lot of things to acknowledge and honor our very own World War II, one of our several World War II veterans, Tony Fiala. I got a call this morning from Betty saying she tested positive for COVID last night. Tony has a sore throat this morning. I told her as much as we really love them, please do not come. But remember, Tony is 100 years old now. And so let us all just keep those, all of those folks in their prayers and good thoughts. And just because we're talking about COVID, There's no shame or dishonor in this room to put a mask on. If you do not feel comfortable without a mask, please put a mask on. We know that seems to be an uptick with this new variation. People who have managed to avoid testing positive or testing positive all over this building, all over this room and other places. So there's no dishonor in having a mask or wearing it. So if you prefer to put a mask on, please do. I prefer it. And that said, all right, now I got to say, welcome to our, where are you at, Alan? Our previous Groton-based Holland Club Chairman, Al Tenso, past base commander, Al Tenso, bring him out. And let me welcome, oh, come on in and sit down there, ma'am. Oh, you're sitting right here, okay. Let us welcome our immediate past Groton-based Holland Club Chairman and current Groton-based Commander, Steve Ricard. The floor is yours.
So COVID isn't something where you plan on. Tony and Betty planned on being here. I know Rich talked to them. I got an email from Betty on Monday saying that they would be here. So this cropped up quickly. And so when you're 100, you kind of have to take precautions in the area of COVID. But I want to thank Emo for coming down with this whole group from EB. I greatly appreciate the work. When you get a chance, the presentation today was going to be kind of like the culmination of Tony's 3-month birthday celebration. If you remember correctly, it started out with a congratulatory letter from Captain Curtin over at the sub base. Captain's here today to be part of the celebration. And thank you for doing that, Captain. Greatly appreciated. Continued on when we went up to the National Convention, where Tony received a letter from the outgoing National Commander, Wayne Staniford, congratulating him on reaching that milestone of 100 years. And then this started out as a letter from me to Devin Beatrice, who's out there on the out there pounding away on his computer, just to get the logo for the spearfish. That's all I wanted, because Tony told Elaine that the spearfish didn't have a plaque. So I called up Devin and I said, hey, can you find out, the boat was built by EB. Can you please give me a copy of what the logo looked like? Well, one thing led to another, and through the good works of the design group, and they came up with a 3D model of the spearfish, which is absolutely phenomenal. I mean, if Tony was here, he would have been over the moon for it. But I can't thank you guys enough for doing this. I appreciate everybody coming in today to join us for the Holland Club Luncheon. Emo has a great presentation to kind of bring all of us up to speed where we are in the submarine development, and I know he'll talk about that later on. So again, thank you everybody for coming. Don't forget, we've got Thanksgiving coming up. I'm sure you've been bombarded enough but from Charlie Murray as far as volunteering to help on Thursday, any of those days during Thanksgiving. But we plan on doing things a little bit different this year. We're going to cook all the turkeys out here, deep fry them on Thanksgiving Day. So that should be a good effort. We'll do the graces of the galley and everything over at the base. They'll do the side dishes, the potatoes, the squash, compliments of Dick Warnock, summer squash, and all of the fixings that go along with it, the stuffing. But that's all I have right now. Oh, wait a minute, one more thing, one alibi. Veterans Day is coming up. It'll be over at the municipal building in Groton. We do have our guest speaker in the house today, so that's a good thing. Captain Curtin will be there, being our honoring us on Veterans Day. So 11 o'clock, the municipal building in Groton. Okay, thanks, Rich.
Thank you, Steve. Just a couple quick notes. I was reminded of this last time, and I'm going to try to put this in the front end of these things. If you have one of those noise makers, cell phones, etc., put them on vibrate, throw them in the trash, the river. I do not care, but if you make them not make noise, it makes my life a little easier. Thanks. The last thing too on this is we are trying to consolidate, get a better handle. I'm trying to get a better handle on our email Holland Club list. If you are a Groton-based Holland Club member and you did not receive an email from me about this meeting, and you do email, I know there's some folks that do not, please let me know before today's out and I'll get you on the list so I can make sure. Also, if you're getting multiple notices from us, if you'll give me a heads up on that too, I'll try to square some of that stuff away, okay? And with that, we're going to do our sound off. So if I could have my 5 able-bodied sailors to queue up right out here. Come on, young man, get up here. We're going to talk to them a little bit. They're going to talk to us. Look at that. You're going to be first. How does that feel? What's your name?
Senior Recruit Jones.
Be afraid. Where you from, Senator Jones?
I'm from Chesapeake, Virginia.
Yeah.
Came to the Navy to learn some discipline and add some skills to my bag. That's it.
Okay.
I'm going to be an STS.
Okay. Good job. STS. What's that?
So not tech.
Okay. You got shower shoes?
What's that?
I'll leave it at that. What's your name? Wait, here you go, buddy. You know how to shake hands? Okay. What's your name, old man? I can see you're old. How old are you?
I'm 29.
Oh, yeah. Went to boot camp recently,
I
right?
did. We all got done on Friday.
Just past Friday.
Yes, sir.
Good job.
So
Who are you?
I'm Senior Recruit Renato. I'm 29 years old. I'm from Torrington, Wyoming. I joined the Navy. I'm now a 4th generation sailor. Once I'm done with sub school, I'll be a 2nd generation submariner.
Oh, yeah.
But submariner.
And what's that? Who in your family is a former submariner?
My great grandfather.
Do you remember anything about him, his boat, anything like that? Was he in World War I, II, III?
He was in World War II. He really didn't talk too much about it, but I'm super excited for it.
We're very happy to have you here. Man. What's your name, Lawrence?
Stephen Lawrence. Everybody in my family's been in the military some way, shape, or form. My grandfather, he was stationed in Pearl Harbor. I'm the only one in my family that's been in the Navy. So I have a couple Marines, Army. My dad's in the Army. My stepmom's been in, she's a Marine. Just wanted to serve my country, keep the tradition going.
What are you gonna be?
ETN.
And not to get you in trouble, I heard a lot of Marines in your family tree there. Ask them what the best Marine is. Submarine. Listen, I would tell you folks, I do that to Marines all the time. I had a Marine say to me, I said, what's the best Marine? He goes, a dead Marine. That wasn't the answer I was thinking, but tell me about yourself, buddy.
I'm Senior Recruit Daryl Zaro. I'm from Maui, Hawaii, and yeah. I joined because I wanted to fight and serve my country, and I'm also the first person in my family to join the military. So I'm hoping to set a standard and be a positive role model in my family and my community.
Oh yeah. What are you going to be?
I'm going to be a MT.
MT. Okay, excellent. Do you have any clue on what boat you're going to?
I have no clue.
No clue. All right. You guys just got out of boot camp just a few days ago. Oh wait, I'm gonna shake hands. Tell me about yourself, buddy.
My name is Fireman Bailey. I'm from Miami, Florida. I joined the Navy to serve my country, travel the world, and make my mom and family proud. And that's all.
What are you gonna do?
I'm training to be a machinist mate auxiliary.
Oh yeah. Guys, I want you to just kind of queue up here. We're going to do what we call sound off. We're going to go around the room. People are going to tell when they qualified and some other things. And I want you to pay attention. This is your heritage. Let's see. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Who will I start with? Obadiah. Go for it, buddy. Stand up. Tell us who you are, when you qualified, what year, what boat, and any short antidote of any of that. Did you get thrown in the river, have to drink dog urine or whatever?
Well, yeah, I qualified on the US High Transit School in 1961 at the submarine base.
Thank you, Obi.
Jim Mosley qualified on the USS Volador in San Diego in 1956.
James, you have any milestones that you achieved as a young sec? Like to share with us? I thought I lost this thing. Oh, I saw a glimmer.
Well, oddly enough, on the 25th of October, there's a group from Minnesota coming in to interview me on what I did in the military.
What did you do in the military?
I wrote a book, and the book is in a museum, and I'm being interviewed from people from Minnesota on the 25th at the museum, and I work as a docent in a museum for about 12 years now.
Okay, let's just cut to the chase. Were you ever a corpsman in the Navy?
Yes, I was.
Were you ever the first of any kind of thing in the Navy?
It's a list of them in the book.
Buy the book. Thanks, James. Sit down. Good to see you, my friend.
Elmer Flanagan, and I qualified on the spike fish back in 1956.
Thank you, Alan. Good to see you, my friend.
Anybody else up here is qualified?
Mike Allen qualified on a George Bancroft 643 Blue Crew in 1970, qualified in North Atlantic in range of Ivan.
Rock and roll.
Michael Hagerman, I qualified on skate SSN 578 in 1968 up under the Arctic ice.
Jim Lubes, SSBN 601 Gold, Robert E. Lee, 1968 at sea.
All right. I'll come back. Yep, start with you, I guess. Listen, I'm old, I'm tired, I'm not gonna. So we'll pass this along, all right?
I'm Ed Berry. I qualified on the USS Thomas A. Edison in 1968. I'm with my wife Lorraine over here. I've been with her for 54 years.
I'm Dick Warnick. I qualified on the USS Sculpin SSN 590 in 1970 on a Westpac trip.
Jim Newell, qualified 61, Trout, Charleston, South Carolina. I'm a nuclear electrician after that. My wife Lorna is with me. The first public. I think that's it. See you guys.
I'm Sam Cook. I qualified on USS Thomas Jefferson as an FCB 1SS.
Just pass it to this next table here. Pass it to John in the corner there.
My name is John Proctor. I qualified on the George Bancroft 643 Gold Crew in 1967. And I'm with my date over here. We've been dating for 61 years.
Phil Leckie qualified as a Piper SS 409, 1958, my wife Jens, and also a member of the Rhode Island base. Some of my members are over there.
Welcome. Good to see you guys.
Dave Larson qualified in 1970 on the Houston Gold.
Thanks, Dave. Lifetime.
Yeah, if I can get up here.
Yeah. Got it, Jim.
Jim Seaton, I qualified on USS Bagheera. Still exists at the bottom of the Straits of Juan de Fuca. 750. 1957. San Francisco Naval Shipyard.
Steve Chisholm, qualified USS Rogers, SSBN 69U. And with my wife, Jean.
Hi, Steve. I'm gonna put this over for you. Just say hi to us all.
Oh,
Hi, Steve. This is Steve, everybody.
Steve Holmberg,
Steve Holmberg.
US Navy.
Oh, yeah.
67 time.
This guy got over here. Go ahead, tell me some more.
That's it.
All right, get out of here. I'm Al Kinsel. I qualified on USS Skipjack, SSN 585 in 1959. And I'm here with my lovely wife, Frances, who made the grand entry. And we just celebrated our 60th wedding anniversary.
Bob Sharp qualified USS Remora, SS 487 Guppy 3 in September of 64 Westpac. I'm here today with my wife Susan, and she's also my financial advisor.
Bob Sharp, before you sit down, tell us about you. Don't you have a reunion coming up very soon?
Yes, USS Remora is having the a reunion in Kings Bay the 1st of November.
John Carcy Polo, qualified USS Archfish Blue Crew, 1970, no, 1977. I just felt that threw that in there. I'm here with my wife Dee and Chief Select from my office, Cody Darris, and I'll let him tell you about himself.
Thank you.
SDS Select, Cody Darris. I qualified 2008 on the USS Virginia in Port Canaveral, Florida.
No English. No English. Hey, everybody, I'm Brian Haig, U.S. Army. Don't hate me, please.
And an associate member.
And an associate member. Hey, guys, he has a lot of money, okay? Lots of money. Gordon?
Yep, I will. Thank you. I'm Gordon Conrad. Pardon me for the mask, but I just had my last radiation treatment last Friday. I'm not ready to take it off yet. Qualified USS Chopper, SS 342 on the maneuvering watch heading back into Key West, 20 August 63. After which, during the maneuvering watch, I was ceremoniously given a bath in the Caribbean waters of Key West. From North Miami, this young man. Go.
He's a ride. You need to get back and forth. Mike?
Mike Donnelly, I qualified 1968 USS Gato, SSN 615, State Pier, New London.
I don't know why I have to pass this to you, Denny, but
Dennis Hopkins, qualified on the Bayer, hull number 318, 1962.
Oh, yeah.
San Diego.
Forrest Kramer, I qualified on the Albacore in 1962, somewhere off of the coast of New Hampshire.
You take a swimmer, nothing?
Pardon?
No swimmer, nothing like that?
Oh, no swimming?
thank you for it. You're welcome. Sit down.
First of all, before I forget, I want to introduce my wife, Marilyn. I always forget it. Anyway.
Who's this gal next to you? I thought you were traveling with this one.
I wouldn't want the base commander on me. Anyways, my name is Bob Gustafson. At the club here, I'm Center Bob. That's because there's so many Bobs around. But anyways, I do not want to be confused with my brother from another mother, Dave Gustafson. Good to see you, Dave. Anyways, I qualified on the USS Blenny, SS 324, 67 years ago. This month. As a matter of fact, in another week or so, it'll be 67 years. We turned around and we were doing routine ops out of the base up the river.
Hey, good morning. Ken Curtin, currently commanding officer at Subbase in London, qualified on USS James K. Polk in 1988. And it's an honor to be here with all of you and to get to talk to you this morning. Thanks.
Welcome, Ken.
My name is Jack Ward. I qualified on the USS Cutlass, SS 478 in Norfolk, Virginia. There was a man two meetings ago called Paul that works here. Send him over to see me today.
He's already left. He left.
Oh,
Do you want to, we'll get your contact with him.
that's all I have.
Pass it on to the Paul next to you.
My name is Paul Kelly, qualified on the USS Croker, SSK 246 in 1959. Up the river a piece. I brought with me two guests, my favorite USO hostess, my wife Betty, and that's a fact. She was a USO hostess when I stole her away. And then the major over here, she's my duty driver. And Rich said I had to tell her to drive safely today. She's my daughter. She's a retired police officer, was a major at the time of retirement. And that's about all of it.
Okay, great. Thank you so much.
One more thing. I have a hat for the USS Hampton 767. Anyone that served on board, I'll be glad to get it to them at the next meeting.
Okay, thanks. Okay. I'm gonna come back to that. Let me just jump over to Stan.
Stan Mathis, qualified on USS Henry L. Stimson, SSBN 655 Gold Crew in 1967, requalified as an officer on the USS Kamehameha in SSBN 642 Blue in 1975.
Bob Doolin, also known as Left Bob, qualified USS Volador, SS 490, 1965, 57 years ago this month in San Francisco, and the water is very cold.
Charlie Bates, qualified on the USS Pacuda, SS 382 in Key West, Florida, along with my friend Gordon. And I have to announce, unfortunately, my lovely wife of 58 years, Grace, passed on October 5th.
Sorry, very sorry to hear that. Very sorry. Yep.
Emil Casciano qualified on USS Ohio in 1984 out in at sea out off of Washington State.
Greg Wong qualified on USS Whale, SSN 638, 1983 at State Pier.
We're coming, guys. Charlie? You guys, let's take.
Charlie McMullen, USS Patrick Henry, SSBN 599 Blue, qualified 1967, somewhere in the mid. Harold Hoagland, ISS. All right, make it hairy. What? Plug in the battery, will you?
qualified on the USS Sub 502 in 1967. I'm here with I'm the Kimosabi to my son here, and I have a guest with me, friend of Kirk's and support for him. Associate member Kirk. Qualified in 67. Oh, gentlemen, QM. He did away with QMs just so they could bounce boats off the bottom.
Thank you, Harold. Captain.
Bill McGonigal, qualified in the USS Guardfish, SSN 612, January 1968, dry dock, Pearl Harbor. I didn't bounce off the bottom of it.
Job, Captain.
Jay Vason, qualified on the USS Hardhead, SS 365, 1964.
Dave Comper, Theodore Roosevelt, SSBN 600 Gold, September 4th, 1970. Somewhere in the North Atlantic.
Jack Van Ayer, qualified the USS Sablefish, SS 303, 1965.
Dave Gustafson, and I didn't know I had a brother here. Qualified first time on USS Lafayette for Silver Dolphins, qualified the second time on the USS Nat Green, 1983, which was a little bit harder. And it's nice to know that it's hard to keep up with, but it's nice to know they still have MTs in the Navy.
Thank you, Dave. Chairman Jim.
Non-Holland Club? No, sorry. 8 years to go. I'm not counting. Jim Lawton, I'm the Public Affairs Officer here for Subvets Groton as well, but qualified 1980 North Atlantic, going into Holy Lock during the field day. Andrew Jackson, gold. Only one here that I know of too.
Thank you, Jim.
You're welcome. Rich?
All right. Skipper, boss man.
Steve Ricard, qualified 1973 on board the USS Neil Green, somewhere in the North Atlantic.
Traveling by yourself?
Oh, no. Well, see, I thought Bob introduced her, but I'm here with my lovely wife, Elaine. She's sandwiched in between the skipper and Center Bob. But we've been together for 45 years and hopefully another 45.
And I'm Rich Cheatham, qualified USS Kamehameha, SSBN 642 Blue, Flag Day, June 14, 1979 in the North Atlantic, punching holes. And that's it. Okay, oops, got the.
I'm White Bob and Reed Bob is in Arizona.
Thank you.
Didn't show.
Spare Bob. I got a Bob here that may want to join the crowd, so we can come up with a name here. He goes by Robert, though. All right, guys, we're just about ready in the kitchen. These guys are going to go back in there and get ready to start bringing chow out. And go ahead, guys, get in there. And they're going to start serving us. So you guys ready there, Terrence? All right, they're running just a touch behind, guys, so mill about smartly. Don't go too far, and we're going to start bringing chow. I think John Carcipolo will maybe, oh, wait, I got to do a prayer. First off, sorry, guys, don't go anywhere yet. Paul, will you lead us in a prayer today? I'm sorry.
Since this is the start of the holiday season, I found this little prayer in my book that I thought was appropriate for us. And then I'll do a blessing. Please, God, grant them courage when times are bleak. Grant them strength when they feel weak. Grant them comfort when they feel alone. And most of all, God, please bring them home. Bless us, O Lord, in these thy gifts, which we are about to receive from thy bounty. Amen. Thank you.
Anything else? Yeah, okay. Anybody else have anything they want to tell stories or jokes or anything? I know a couple.
First of all, I talked with Bud Atkins this morning. He recently broke his arm. He's in good spirits. He's doing well. Fran broke her foot, so the two of them are on the disabled list, but they're doing well and they wanted to say hello. The other thing to tack on to what Steve announced earlier about the Veterans Day Memorial Service, we're looking for potluck meals to support the reception afterwards. You can provide us with anything you'd like, dessert, food, salad, whatever. We appreciate, the wives appreciate everything you help us out with. Thank you.
Okay, guys, like I said, we got about 5 minutes to mill about smartly as the kitchen gets caught up there. So we'll just hang loose.